Greetings, I am Liz.
And I am Scandal.
And
Let's play a game together. Alright.
Alrighty, guys, we're gonna head to a small sandwich shop, and if all of y'all are hungry, sandwiches are one of my favorite things. Like, people always tell me they're like a simple food or whatever, but I love sandwiches. Just bread with stuff inside it. I'm like, sandwiches are amazing. Anyway, while bickering, we reach a small sandwich shop that's popular amongst all the students. We wait in line, slowly but surely approaching the window where we'll be able to place our orders. The specificity.
Forget about House for now. You still haven't answered me about Girl X.
Alright, Girl X, now she sounds like a superhero. Poor House. Did he do something to make you angry again?
You know what I meant.
Forget about him. Let me just redirect a whole lot.
Yes, that's exactly what's going on.
What are you going to order? Still redirecting. Suddenly want to know what weird tastes you have, Ziva. As if you've never seen her food?
Don't change the subject.
Nope, gonna change it. Talking to you is like a war where the smallest mistake can lead to total annihilation. All warfare is based on deception. You should know that. I've already told you too much. The truth is, I'd rather not talk about this, else you might try to make it about psychology. You aren't my public enemy number 2 for nothing.
2? Who's the first?
Anyone who picks Bulbasaur as their starter Pokemon.
Oh.
What is with these weird references everywhere that have no connection to anything else?
Again, like I said, in some ways, like, this sort of just feels like edgy bullshit kind of thing. Well, I'm not going to explain it. Well, I'm just going to dodge again. Well, you know, it's this thing. And I'm like, I also just went, well, sir, then we're going to have to fight because when I was a little kid and I got Pokemon, I remember picking Bulbasaur to start with.
So you are enemy number 1. My good friend Scandal here is Mr. Skiaren's enemy number 1.
I did.
Nice.
Boink.
Alright.
Why? He's super cute!
Exactly. Super cute. Also, plant and animal, bonus.
Yeah, right?
Like super bonus.
No, wait, stop changing the subject. There's one more thing I want to know about that girl, and then I'll leave you alone. Don't you have an ace up your sleeve? A plan to find out who she is?
You don't even know that she's connected to anything at all. You literally wouldn't talk to her. Maybe she's hiding my figurine. Oh my god, if she was waiting for you, she also probably thought, I don't know, if she didn't know who you actually were, I don't know, it's freaking in.
That's why I'm like, that sounded way too much like, it's probably this person. I'm like, and then you didn't stick around to find out or wait or anything. You just really chose a plan of attack? Like, for something that you... Okay, it's fine, whatever.
I tilt my head, deciding whether or not to answer Ziva's question, especially now that she's just reached the top of my public enemy list. You are both my first and second enemy. I can't come up with any reason not to tell her, so I shrug before spilling the beans. I won't do anything about it. I shouldn't have done anything in the first place. In fact, even if I wanted to, I can't do anything now. My hands are tied, you know?
Nevertheless, I think you probably want to do something about it. You're always overthinking everything, but you can't lie to me.
Honestly, we can. We can.
You're just too embarrassed to admit it, but you don't need to pretend to be a tough guy around me, Andian.
Ziva looks down at me, confident that I'm an open book to her. It's that smart-ass attitude of hers that I hate about her most. Going, I really don't like this person.
Either
over
that,
and over.
Or honestly, she's just genuinely going, like, look, you don't have to stop fucking putting on a show.
Being so performative. Please. It'd be great.
Earlier you mentioned deception. Most people use it improperly. Do you know the difference between lying and deceiving?
Oh, here we go. Let's have some more psych. Don't start with that. This is just another psychoanalysis attempt, isn't it? Actually, definitions are really valuable and important.
They are. No, I swear it isn't. I'll stick with the linguistic part of it.
Person going, do you want a sandwich? So, are you ordering?
Hello?
Hello?
Excuse?
That was a lie, but since I didn't fall for it, you could say that you failed to deceive me. Good enough for you, miss? Oh my god.
You could have skipped the cynicism, but yes, you're right.
That's gonna be the description they give us? Fine.
I wasn't lying, though, you know. That's for the judge.
That's for the judge to decide? Anyways, hurry and order something. It's your turn, person. Do you want something? Should I go to the next person? We need to keep things moving.
Excuse me, kiddos.
Hello.
Oh, I didn't notice.
Hello! Can I take your order? Ziva has been distracted and forgot all about the line. She quickly recovers and orders a vegetarian sandwich. The clerk tells us that we'll still have to wait a bit for our food, so Ziva and I continue our chat. So do you order?
Right?
Oh, yeah. You're one of those veggie freaks. I'll just make snap judgments constantly. I'm going to criticize you for psychologying me, but I'll make snap judgments about you everywhere.
Constantly.
Which is a form of figuring you out and doing the psychology game, actually.
Vegan. The word is vegan?
How about, how's the herbivore lifestyle? Do you get extra points for starving yourself more? Whoa, what prize comes after anemia? Oh my god, you are a judgy asshole.
Whoa.
Like, wow.
Hilarious. First of all, you can still have a healthy diet without meat, for your information, which is actually true. Okay, I'm a sneeze.
I bless you. Excuse us, there is a sneeze.
Excuse me.
Ziva sneezes.
Ziva sneeze. Secondly, it isn't something I do for fun. I take animal rights extremely seriously. Which is actually, so as far as I understand, a lot of vegans are specifically vegan because of animal rights issues. It's not necessarily... So the thing I have noticed actually more and more as I've spent more time around it, just examining it, going like, there is this weird thing where like, I have watched people in groups where they go, we're all going to go out to drink. And if you go, I don't drink, everybody gets offended and acts like basically you're then suddenly casting like moral judgment upon them. Or you're a vegan. Oh God, you're judging me for the food that I eat. Like what he said sounded extremely like, you're fucking judging me. And I wish more people realized that that was basically the reaction they're really having, because I've done that before. I did it to my friend, okay? Like, I know that, because at one point I was like, hey friend, do we want to go out drinking? My friend was like, I don't do that, and I felt pretty offended, and then was like, what? You basically just think you're better than me. And now, not that I had the words for that at the time, but I was just kind of confused, going, what? Why don't you do this thing? It's so, for example, common in Colorado. There's a lot of breweries around here, right?
Oh god, yeah, so that's one of the most popular, like, pastimes for just hanging out socially is just go out and have a beer.
Right, and especially considering my own background anyway, I had a lot of guilt around it, because I was raised Mormon and Mormons
and
with alcohol.
Don't drink.
At all. In fact, depending on who you ask, they don't even drink caffeine. And then there's lots of them who go, well, caffeine's fine. It's fine. It's super
anyway,
weird.
So there's a lot of, I was gonna say, but the thing is like someone actually broke down recently, essentially, the moral judgment that a lot of people feel when you say you don't do something that they do, and there's an idea socially about that thing.
Yeah.
Drinking is okay for them because they know there's not specifically a moral value on it until someone says, I don't do that, and then it brings that moral value, which exists socially, back into the conversation. So you can go, well, drinking is accepted now and it's fun and everyone can do it, and as long as you're not an alcoholic, it's not a problem. But then if someone says, I don't drink, you feel judged. Yeah. And honestly, one of the problems with like asexual erasure or the backlash against asexual as an orientation is going, well, you just think you're more pious than everyone else. You're just a better moral person because you don't have sex with people. You're abstaining better, and you know what? You're not morally superior. And the thing is and it's frustrating because it's this sort of intrinsic response based on moral shame that everyone has received of going, but you can't just be better than me by saying you never want sex. Everyone wants sex and they just have to choose not to do it because that's morally appropriate because of God.
Well, and sometimes also it feels like even a direct challenge for asexuality, like where it's brought up and people go, you're telling me that me having an attraction to somebody basically is wrong and that you're better than me because you don't look at this hot person and see them as hot.
Yep, because you're not sinning with your mind. Nobody's that pure, and you're like, I'm literally not being pure. I don't fucking care.
Right.
Like, I don't even notice. It's like, it is equivalent to saying I don't specifically like the color blue. Nobody finds it offensive for the most part if you don't like the color blue. They go, okay. Or if you say, I'm colorblind, I can't see red, red-green, right?
Right.
And they go, oh, you're colorblind? But if you say I'm asexual, I can't see sexual attraction, basically. Yeah. People go, oh, no,
you're challenging me.
Because there's no moral value placed on seeing colors the way there is on sexuality.
There's so much sexual shaming in our culture in the U.S., like, damn, dude.
It's terrible.
All right. You can at least try eating vegetarian meals before you knock them. They aren't bad at all. I've actually had several vegetarian meals, and they're actually really good.
Okay, what I will say...
But it also depends on how you make them.
If you're not vegan, many more meals than you think can be vegetarian, because if you eat a cheese pizza, that's vegetarian. If you eat macaroni and cheese, that's vegetarian. If you're just eating buttered toast, that's vegetarian. Thing is you're eating vegetarian meals constantly, they're just not vegan. Now, if you're like eating donuts and they're fried in animal fat, then they're not vegetarian anymore, kind of thing. But like, also, vegan meals can be something you didn't expect, sort of like if you just pasta and a can of non-meat spaghetti sauce, that's a vegan meal.
And sometimes just having a really good salad is really honestly vegetarian. Like
or vegan.
Yeah,
the
or
thing is
vegan,
if you don't put
depending
any cheese on it,
yeah,
or you don't have dairy dressing.
yeah, like, yeah, that's true.
And the thing is like the difference between vegan and vegetarian is defined differently by different individuals.
Right.
I say sort of the way that sexualities are. I say, but it's one of those things of oftentimes you eat without meat and don't even think about it.
Right.
Peanut butter and jelly sandwiches are totally vegetarian. All right. The clerk brings Ziva's food to her, which means it's my turn to place an order now. Oh, you don't even take the next order until the food's delivered. That's different. I'll have... I don't even know what you guys have. Just stuff all the meat you can into a sandwich. Oh my god.
Indian!
You're just being a jerk. Okay, I will say that is a jerk move. That is something that I have had specifically dudes do to me before. They go, oh, you have a belief that's attached to some sort of moral value that I have? Let me specifically try and essentially get a rise out of you by being aggressively contrary only because you say you have that belief and no other reason. I've even had this specific one because I was a vegetarian for a long time when I was younger.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing was, like, I started being a vegetarian when I was 10 and did it for several years. And it was one of those things that I got essentially shat on for a lot. But once I hit my later teenage years, and especially once I started, dating, there was a lot of like guys and stuff going like, what? You think you're better than me, basically, or me going, oh, well, I appreciate that you don't understand how delicious pigs are. Oh, pigs are made out of vegetables because that's what they eat,
Yeah.
And it really was not going I'm trying to help you, engage with a different viewpoint or whatever, because I really was like, the animal abuse makes me uncomfortable once I got, basically more aware of how the meat industry works and that it can't be humane with the massive production it has to do.
Particularly in the U.S., like, damn.
I was going to say, now, independent little meat projects and independent, basically producers and farms can be way more humane than a massive production system ever can be.
Mm-hmm.
Because the more you standardize it and increase the output, the less you can care for living things involved, even the people.
Yeah.
Like, who are working those jobs. But there's a big complex thing. But like this is an aggressive thing that he just did specifically to try and
needle
at her. And it's rude as shit. It's not appropriate, okay?
I'm like,
all right. Yeah, sorry. That was really insensitive of me. Please? And then he pretends to go back on it of, oh, I'm sorry, it was really insensitive. Except for then he's looking at the clerk again going, please, can I have all the meat stuffed into a sandwich?
Yeah.
Like, I've seen that too. It's like 2 levels of going, I'm going to deliberately try and offend you because I can, and you've just given me an in to you being sensitive, I assume. And then I'm going to pretend to go back on it, and then I'm going to dig in harder.
I'm like, this is super dickhole behavior.
Yeah,
like,
this is an asshole character.
That isn't what I meant.
What? I asked politely. Oh, you meant you wanted a bite of my sandwich. Sure, of course I'll share it with you. Yeah, no, this is like layers and layers. I've almost had this exact conversation with someone who was trying to date me at the time, like trying to hit on me, but continually needling and degrading what I believed in. And I was just like, my entire youth, I thought that was normal and that's how things work. And especially because of the examples that I saw in fictional media as well, that's what romantic guys do. They just shit on your beliefs and then they do amazing things in other places.
I give up. You're just clearly trying to piss me off.
Which is a better response than I ever had of just being confused, because I was always that type of person, and I'm still very largely the type of person that assumes the best of people. And when they do stuff like that, I just get confused because they obviously aren't trying to hurt me, because that would be crazy. Why would people just try and hurt somebody?
Right?
And so then...
You're like, I'm just doing my thing.
And then the conversation can't make sense, so I just get confused.
Right.
All right. So her response is really reasonable. We leave the shop with our sandwiches in hand. While walking, I ask Ziva if we can stop and sit somewhere together. I exhaustedly plop on a nearby bench, closing my eyes and relishing in the sweet respite.
Respite.
Oh, sorry, respite? Not
respite.
Respite?
It's respite.
Okay. Ziva looks annoyed and puffs out her cheeks when I look at her. She's not angry, but somehow serious.
I think she's angry.
You just basically were very offensive, dude. Okay, literally, you were very offensive, dude.
Like, solidly. And I'm really surprised that your friends kind of put up with that kind of shit from you. Even us, where I'm just like, damn.
House probably puts up with it because it's more like dudes being dudes. The male culture with male friends is generally abusive.
Yeah.
Like, it's that
There's
standard.
a lot of competitive behaviors. There's a lot of aggression. There's a lot of shitting on each other.
It's incredibly normalized to dig at each other and tear each other down all the time, affectionately.
Yep,
Mhm.
absolutely.
That's how you show no homo, is by digging on them, right? I don't really like you.
So fuck
that
off,
way
yeah.
or that much.
Yeah.
Anyway.
This is what I meant by the difference between lies and deceit. And then you can lie all you want, but deceit always depends on how much the other person trusts you.
Okay.
There's no deceit without a lie, but there are lies without deceit. In this situation, you're both a liar and the deceived. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, you're still craving a bite of my sandwich. Too bad, girl. You've already missed your chance. Wow, he is a jerk.
He kind of is.
Yeah.
I already told you that I don't want it. That has nothing to do with it.
And I've also had that experience too when people go, I'm trying to have this conversation over here. And you're going, no, you're just fixating on my, on the meat that you wish you could have. Or on some other vice, like thing that they consider to be a vice or whatever, that you're like, no, I'm not thinking about that at all. And they're going, nope, you're just thinking about how hot I am and how much you want to bone me. I'm literally trying to have a civil conversation with you. Nope, the reason you can't do this is because of this other thing that I would rather talk about, or that I want to, or sometimes it's a topic that I want to insert into your head.
Right.
I'm specifically going to say, oh no, you're just thinking about how much when you have sex with me, kind of thing, so that they can put that idea into your head.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, it's an abusive tactic, and I don't approve.
Yes. How can I make you understand?
Ziva folds her arms and racks her brain. But the thing is if I don't want to understand, and I just want to have the upper hand, and that's my only goal, there's no way to make me understand.
It's also really manipulative in regards to Kieran really just being like, I'm just gonna shove people away from me. Like, fuck you. You don't deserve to know me. You don't. We will never understand me.
Of you're annoying, everybody's annoying, nobody is like, I am above everybody else. And that is usually a very insecure behavior. But it doesn't make the behavior okay. Mistreating people because you're unhappy doesn't make the mistreatment okay.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
It
gives you a reason.
I say, it doesn't deny or devalue that you are unhappy to say you shouldn't be doing this.
Right.
It doesn't take away that you are hurt or unhappy.
Right.
But you shouldn't be doing this.
Right. I think of a schizophrenic trying to describe reality, which, if you guys don't know, schizophrenia is called dissociative identity disorder. Schizophrenia is a outdated term.
Yes.
To do that, he'd first have to lie to himself about what he's seen, but he wouldn't be able to deceive himself about what his own reality is presenting.
I'm not sure I even understand that metaphor.
I don't think I get it either.
I'm not sure what you're after, honey, but that's okay.
Yeah. There's no use for him to distinguish between reality and delusion if what he feels is totally different, right? I feel like this is a little bit too complex, and also sometimes the obtuse language is losing me.
It's making it more abstract than necessary, actually. You could literally just jump back to the description of the two things.
Yes.
The tone of our conversations usually
is
gone. It starts feeling more and more like a lecture, and that pisses me off, because we only have 20 minutes off for our breaks, time we should spend forgetting about class. Additionally, I'm not sure how we got to the point of this conversation being what is deceit versus lies, because originally we were just talking about a girl.
Yeah, I know.
The conversation has moved somewhere really weird, and it's almost like he's redirected her so hard into basically by setting up sort of phantom topics or premises or things like that she doesn't even know what she was originally after anymore.
Right?
And now she's just focusing in on whatever she can hold on to. This is so much, a guy mistreating a girl in conversation that makes me uncomfortable. Did you come up with all that crap on your own? And again, abusive language. I'm saying what you think and what you're saying is crap.
Mm-hmm.
Or did you steal it from a book?
It was me. I guess it just came to me. Did it sound weird?
And now she's going to be insecure, which was the point of us hammering at everything, was to make her insecure.
In short, stop interrupting me! Your behavior is nothing more than a clear-cut example of internal conflict.
And she is trying to caretake for us, going, you're clearly a mess, and the fact that you're being an asshole to me indicates how much of a mess you are.
Right?
And she's trying to then get past us being abusive to her, or, the main character being abusive to her, and help him instead. Which is very common of women, because that's the role that I am familiar with us being put into socially. We're supposed to caretake for men.
I mean,
we're supposed to caretake for everyone, but especially men.
Yeah, I've seen that a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And,
all right.
Yes. There's something you like and feel attracted to, but the closer you get to it, the more negative points about it come to mind, so you want to run away or avoid it somehow.
Okay. So are we talking about the girl again?
I'm also kind of lost because I feel like her whole obsession with also going over the talking about lies versus deceit feels way too on the nose for referring to the title. Does that make sense? Like some of the conversations seem way too involved with we're really talking about the theme of 1,000 lies and it doesn't feel natural. Like this feels really alien in a way that I don't know how to describe. It doesn't feel like it's flowing like a natural
And I kind of
conversation.
feel, I guess I feel like what's happening is the author is trying to put in a bunch of, let me tell the reader what they're in for and what's going on, but in kind of an edgy, indirect way, but also with the way you get narrated to, as if you are people listening by the main character without the game proclaiming any kind of self-awareness, is a little bit odd.
Yeah.
At any rate.
Thank you very much, though, guys, for joining us. If you like what we do, please feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and also share our videos if you're having a good time with us. Please also feel free to go check out our Ko-Fi or Patreon. Got some links in the description down below. And I have been Scandal.
And I have been Lies.
And it was great playing with you. Bye!